welcome back to Yoga Bones. Stef and Rachel here. Rachel is our sports therapist. She knows everything about physio. She's going to help us through this. I'm your functional movement specialist.
Yeah. Also, everyone, we're yoga teachers. I've taught for 20 years, and so has Stef. I've been practicing movement for a very, very long time. But the biggie here, everyone, with these videos is that we are massive anatomy nerds.
Massive.
Yeah, Stef's background in dance and gymnastics and my background as a physiotherapist has necessitated that we understand how the body moves, why it moves, where it moves, what happens when it goes wrong, how to fix it. And so what we've done is bring you 3 top tips for the 10 most commonly practiced yoga asana, the yoga poses. Check out our last 9 videos, they're pretty awesome. We'd obviously like to think that. Giving you 3 top tips on those common poses. But today, everyone, we're just gonna bring in the basics of a single leg balance. It's basically all single leg balancers would benefit from this bit of information. So we're gonna talk to you about the very common tree pose.
Tree pose.
So beautiful Stef is gonna demonstrate it. And what I'm gonna do is get her to pretty much come into it. Just as a start off, and then we can go from there.
Okay.
Yeah, you just go into your... Okay, everyone, beautiful. So I'm going to give you point number 1 and point number 3, and then I'm going to show you point number 2 at the end. Point number 1 is I'm going to try and point to it now. Am I going to be able to do this? I'm not doing this video. There. Ding, 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 ding. Those toes, lift them up. No cheating. Okay, and then we're going to go to point number 3, which is our head. God, I'm not very good at this. I'm going to get so much better. And then basically from the head, it's got to lift. The crown of the head has got to lift up towards the ceiling. Okay, cool. And then if you come out of that, Stef, and side profile it for us.
Yes.
Beautiful. So give us that side profile. What I want you to do is...
Can I do a bad one?
Yeah, nice. So here's a bad one. Yeah, awesome. Yeah, and then, oh, look at that. So look at the lower back there, everyone. Again, I'm going to try and do this thing right there. Whack, whack, whack. No, that buttock there needs to be gently, look at that. I mean, you couldn't ask for a better, hey? So you've got to do that whole relative posterior tilt of the pelvis. So we've got the toes are elevated so that we come into all 4 corners of the foot. We've got the pelvis in the right position. And then from there, everyone, Stef is lifting through the crown. And everyone, when you lift through the crown, your transverse abdominis, your TA, your belt muscle, your center of strength gets activated. So I'm loving your work, Stef. What's the key hack there?
Key hack is the toes, your feet, your foundation. So right now you're only on 1 foot instead of 2, but it still remains that same action. Press down through the feet, lift the toes. Can I just show a little baby variation for tree pose?
Do it.
Not everybody can get it up there, and I'm always worried when I teach, people get close to the knee joints. And, oh, she's gonna do it. Okay,
yeah, you go down, teach.
I'm gonna
get in there. Get in there, Stef. Get in there.
So not everybody can come all the way, and that's totally fine, but there's other variations to choose from. And then at the end of the day, tree pose is a 1-legged balance pose. So it doesn't need to go all the way up or finding that full expression of the pose to think you're doing tree pose. The minute you're on 1 foot, you're in it. So I like to start actually is exactly that. So top of the ball of the foot of the right foot, and then the right heel lands onto the left foot. The one thing to remember here is right away check into your hips. Draw that same line, exactly, there's no pooch back like we've been talking about, so find that neutral pelvis. So you can stay in this variation of tree, or slide, get back down, or slide. Oh, that's really nice though.
Just showing off, sorry.
Or slide the foot and wrapping it around your ankle. So your toes are like just like a hairline away from the floor, and you're pressing that foot into your leg, or your supporting leg, no matter where the foot is. So if that full tree with the heel all the way up isn't accessible for you, then by all means, choose this variation. I'd much rather say, like in class if I say, I'd much rather see this variation than anybody trying to do full tree and the whole thing they're doing is moving around all over the place. So focus on your balance and your foundation. Find your breath. This, I don't like this. Get your foot away from your knee. Beautiful. Arms in. Even in tree pose, what's amazing, and you can still hold that baguette bread, believe it or not. So that was amazing. So yes, we talked about the hack. We talked about the 3 points in our tree pose. I'm gonna slide over again.
Director's cue. Yeah, cool. So the hack you said was the toes up.
Yes.
So that no cheating, because what we have is scrunchy toes. I call it scrunchy toes. Everyone kind of just pulls into their toes, and then you're not activating higher up the chain.
So they lift.
So you want to
lift up.
So you need them lifted up is what we're saying, rather than scrunch down and holding on for grim death. Yeah. So you want to hold those toes up, because then you have to balance through your whole system rather than just using these little tiny muscles in your feet and your lower limb.
Yeah.
Oh my
This is
God.
video 10. We just wrapped up our top 10 videos. High five, Rachel.
But please, everyone, if you want, ask us to break down any pose. If you can believe my yoga teacher, I've got so many teachers, as does Stef, Simon Borg-Olivia, shout out, boop, boop. He describes that there are hundreds of thousands of yoga asana, because in each pose you're doing different breath, in each pose you're doing different mudras, in each pose you have different intentions. Even if we stick with the classic asana, the clear, simple asana, you can get up to 1,000 poses. Give us the one that you want the top 3 tips on, because you're having difficulty, you're not understanding it, you got injured in it, and then we can come and help you with that.
Exactly. So send all the information and questions and feedback our way. We are listening, we are taking notes, and we'd love nothing more than to bring that for you guys.
Okay, go yoga bones.
I know, go yoga bones. Enjoy the top 10 videos. See you soon, everybody.
Boop.